Welcome back, everyone, to Little Roadie Wargaming for another game of Sharp Practice. So this is it. This is the big culminating battle of our little campaign that we got going on here. The Battle of the Pyrenees between the British and the French. So today's game is a very slightly modified version of Scenario 1, an encounter. The only modification is we are using the short table edges instead of long table edges. The British will be attacking from this side and the French from that side. So since both the British and the French did take secondary deployment points, the British deployment points here are 6 inches up from the table edge and 12 inches in on either side, same with the French. So the objective today is simple. It's the big battle, and both sides need to try to break the opposing side's force morale while keeping their own force morale at 3 or higher. So, little bit about the terrain today. We do have 2 hills. They will be the hills that both sides will be deploying from. The French do have a multiple leveled hill, but the hills just allow units to fire over the heads of friendly units so long as their target is more than 6 inches away from a friendly model. We also have a road here on the British side. I don't think it's going to get much use, but it will have all the benefits of a unit and column there on it. Some of the main defining features of the field today are some of the plowed fields and some of the wheat fields. So the wheat fields will be light cover and broken ground. The plowed fields will also be broken ground but have no cover. The building and the stone walls are hard cover, and they will be major obstacles. There are also some small little hedges on the British side of the house that will be light cover, line of sight obstructing over 4 inches, and are minor obstacles. Any of the little clumps of bushes around here will be light cover for any skirmish groups, but aren't really big enough to obscure any of the lines. And all of the trees are just purely cosmetic. So let's take a look at the armies. So here we have the British forces. It is led by Leader 1, Lieutenant Colonel Wexler. He has with him a group, color group, a holy man, and a musician, with 4 groups of line infantry. He is assisted by Red Leader 2 as Sergeant Nadler. Next up, we have Leader 3, and that is Captain Steinberg with 2 groups of grenadiers. Red Leader 4 is Sergeant Schultz with a group of light company skirmishers. Leader 5 is Sergeant Aachen with another group of light company skirmishers. Leader 6 is Lieutenant Becker with a light cannon. And Leader 7 is Lieutenant Liedemann with a group of KGL Dragoons. Now, as you can see, the British are sitting at a force morale of 9, and they had a total of 12 support points. Now, the colors and the musician were free, so the Holy Man was an addition along with the secondary deployment points, the Light Dragoons, and their leader. Also, both sides are going to have 5 flags in the deck for this battle. So here are the French forces for today. It is led by Blue Leader 1. He's a level 3 leader. It's Chief de Battalion Bertrand. He also has a color bearer with him. He's actually an eagle bearer, along with a musician. There's also a holy man and a physic that were bought with one of the 13 support points. And he is leading 4 groups of fusiliers. He is assisted by Blue Leader 2, is a level 1 Sergeant Lavoie. Next, we have Blue Leader 3, the legend himself. It is the newly promoted Capitaine Bougie, and his 2 groups of voltage air skirmishers. Once again, everything here is 1813, just like it's been in the campaign. Blue Leader 4 is a level 2 leader, it is Capitaine Remy. He got better from having been killed in the last time. The British just thought they took him out. And he's leading 2 groups of grenadiers. Then we have Blue Leader 5, that is Sergeant Toussaint, with a group of Voltigeur skirmishers. Leader 6 is Sergeant Bovin, with a group of 6 Voltigeur skirmishers. Blue Leader 7 is Sergeant Dupont and his medium cannon. That was upgraded as part of the for support. Also, I believe Leader 6 and their group of Voltigeurs was a support purchase as well. And then finally, Leader 8, Lieutenant Jacques and his Lancers. Let's see if they will actually be worth it this time around. All right, so here we go. The first card is Sergeant Toussaint and some French Voltigeurs. So put the Voltigeurs back behind the wall. Get the next card.
Dupont.
It is, yep, Sergeant Dupont and the French medium cannon. So the medium cannon has just come on and presented, looking at this British deployment point. In the next card,
In typical fashion, not Ryan.
oh hey, it's Sergeant Bovin and the other group of French Voltigeurs. So now there we have Sergeant Bovin in the wheat field. And next up, please be red. Oh, it's a red flag. All right.
It's red.
It is red.
That is blue.
Okay, blue flag.
Blue 4.
Blue 4, that is Capitaine Remy and the Grenadiers. So here we have the Grenadiers marching on from the secondary, actually that's the primary deployment point. And next up,
You're gonna love this.
it's the legend himself, Capitaine Bougie, and his swarm of Voltigeurs. So Bougie has taken the field. And next up,
Tiffin. Red flag.
red flag, okay. 2 red flags.
Blue flag.
Blue flag.
Red 2.
Red 2.
Do you want to
Sorry.
bring in one group?
Sergeant Nadler. No, I'm not going to split them up.
All right.
That seems...
I'm not even surprised.
Neither am I. Okay, well. Here's the French army. And the British are still on the reverse slope. So it's all going to plan. We'll shuffle it up and start the next turn. So here we go, second turn, and it's a red leader that's not 2. It is Sergeant Aachen and a group of skirmishers. So here is Sergeant Aachen and his group of skirmishers. And next up, it's a red flag. And the Tiffin. I'll take it. So, we'll shuffle them. Here we go with another turn, and it is, Leader 7, Lieutenant Liedemann and the Light Dragoons. Not sure what to do with them just yet. So, Liedemann and his cavalry have come on in the walk, kind of over there on the side in like a... I wanted them to be on the table, but they're sitting in reserve for the time being. All right, we have red 5. That is Sergeant Aachen and his group of skirmishers. They just started pushing down around the farmhouse towards the enemy with a 13-inch move.
Got a blue flag.
Okay.
And a red flag.
Okay, that's 2 in a row.
Blue 8.
Blue 8, that is Lieutenant Jacques Lemaitre. and the French Lancers. And Lieutenant Jacques has come in at the walk, also kind of hanging about in the corner.
Blue flag.
Okay. 2 blue flags and a red flag.
Now Ted gets his wish.
Okay, here comes Chief de Battalion Bertrand, along with, Sergeant Lavoie and the whole entourage. So Bertrand has come in with his groups in march column.
Red 4.
Red 4, that is Sergeant Schultz, and he is not here, but he will be. I just got to figure out where. So Sergeant Schultz knew nothing about the skirmishers pushing the other side of the board, and has come on off the deployment point that the cannon's aiming at. Okay, Red 3, that is Captain Steinberg and the Grenadiers. Okay, so we checked line of sight on the cannon and found a safe spot for Captain Steinberg and his Grenadiers to come on.
Blue flag.
Okay, so there are 3 blue flags,
Do anything?
1 red flag.
Alright. Tiffin.
Tiffin, okay.
Equal force morale.
Yep, and so there are 3 blue flags, and what? Everything British has already gone this turn? That's on the board
I
currently?
don't believe they have.
It's red 7. He's pretty early on.
Did.
Okay, so it's just a whole bunch of French stuff that could do something with the end of Tiffin cards. Okay, so we rolled 3d6 going through the gap in the wall where the little bush is, which is a minor obstacle. So out of 15 rolled, he ended up getting 8 because we discarded, and into the rough grounds dropped a pip per die. So they're moving up into position. So these skirmishers here are moving up.
11, so 8.
Yep, another 8-inch move in the wheat field. So the cannon just repositioned so that it is now firing at the Grenadiers here. So next card, or first card rather.
Well, you got a break for me, man.
Oh,
It's your turn.
I get the lucky break.
Maybe.
Last time I did this, I got my 1 card, and the French got none. So
Nope.
it's not working. So that is Captain Remy and the Grenadiers. So Captain Remy just moved the Grenadiers up. They got an 11-inch move. So we do like a little home rule where if you're in march column, you just get +1 pip to each die for movement, just to make it actually worth it. And then at the end of the movement, he just snapped them into line. Okay, that is Sergeant DuPont
Ooh.
and the medium cannon. So it's presented first fire at a column.
Viva la France!
Oh, that's gonna hurt. So that was 7 hits. He's putting 4 on the front group with the leader. That is a dead and 2 points of shock. It luckily can't be the leader because they're not skirmishers. And then the rear group is a point of shock. So I'd say they got lucky on that. So we'll just marking it up. And next card is a blue flag. And a red flag. And the lieutenant colonel. So the colonel came on in march column and ordered Sergeant Akin and his men to move towards the house. Cavalry or staying in reserve?
Sergeant.
Okay, yep, that is Sergeant Lavoie attached to the French line.
Red 6.
Red 6 is Lieutenant Becker and the cannon. So they have deployed behind the bush. They have presented and they're firing at the line. So he's a level 2, so that gives us a total of 12 shots. Hitting on 3s, first fire, column, presented. It's not the best shot. Missed with like a lot of it. 4. I would like 1 on each group, please.
All right, I got a question.
Yep.
The voltages are on the same level as the line. And you're shooting through that, so shooting some of the shots go into the voltages.
It
Sure.
is a formation.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
sure. You kind of got a skirmish screen there.
impromptu skirmish screen.
How close are they? Oh yeah,
4
they're within
inches.
6 inches. They're good. Yeah, I wouldn't call that a skirmish screen. So,
So one shot has to hit the voltigeurs,
yep,
and then the other 3,
go into the column.
technically they're still not in cover because cannonball goes through it. So Ryan, which group do you want to not get hit?
The rearmost group. Cannonball's not bouncing that far. All right, so hit on the, we'll call it the right voltigeur side. So that's a point of shock. And the first group, nothing. Second group, a dead. And the group with the big man gets a point of shock. So not the best cannon fire, but at least I have everything on the table. And it's actually doing something. So we'll mark that up and we'll get back with the next draw. So with the casualties marked up, next card is a blue flag. Then blue leader 5 is Sergeant Toussaint. That would be the skirmishers over here in the fields. So Sergeant Toussaint just moved up to the stone wall there in the field.
Third flag.
Third blue flag.
Do anything, Ted?
So you can activate a leader that hasn't already gone.
I'm going to hold off.
Okay.
Blue 3.
Blue 3 is Capitan Bougie, the legend himself. So Bougie and his men worked their way through that little minor obstacle bush and got an 11-inch move still. Leader 8, Lieutenant Jock, and the Lancers. Staying at the walk, the Lancers got a blistering 5-inch move. Okay. With a... keep it going.
Alrighty.
Ooh, okay, so that's 2 red flags. Has my big man gone this turn?
Yeah, you came on.
Yes.
Okay, he came on. All right.
Do anything?
Yes. Keep going.
Okay. Leader 7.
Leader 7 is, Bachman and the Light Dragoons. That's an easy one. He will come to a stop.
Okay. That's the end.
Okay.
You guys got to roll off.
Yeah. Okay, so the French go first with their 3 flags. So Bovine is going to be going. 3d6 -1.
6.
Okay, so 6-inch move. We'll show you where he winds up. So the sergeant here advanced up, and then the grenadiers went with a 9-inch move, just advancing under cannon fire. And
Number 6.
Ted can really only do anything with his main line now. So we'll see what they do, if they do anything. So the line just moved up at a glacial pace of 3 inches, and Sergeant Schultz moved down the hill. So Will is finishing his shuffle.
I believe it is Ted's turn to break.
And first up,
Red flag.
we have a red flag.
Red 6.
Red 6 is the light cannon, so it will reload.
Blue 6.
Blue 6 is Bovine. And this group of skirmishers here. So, Bovine and his men just moved up and are going to be taking a shot at Sergeant Schultz. Green 5s. Says 2 hits. Light cover. Uh-oh. That's dead. It is not Sergeant Schultz. But one of the skirmishers is killed. Okay. Got a smoke out there because they were not able to reload. And leader 7 is DuPont and the cannon.
I guess I gotta reload.
Yes, you do. So both of its actions to reload. 5 is Toussaint. And the voltigeur is over by the farmhouse. Need a second, Ted?
I'm not doing anything with them.
Okay, they're going to stay there then. Easy enough. They're in a good spot, so. Okay. That is Sergeant Aachen and the skirmishers also over by the farmhouse. All right, so that's where Sergeant Aachen ended up. Okay. Got a red flag, and I'm going to use those to sharp practice the cannon. And they're going to shoot the line again. So the column moved its 3 inches into its effective range. So that is 5s down to 4s for the column, down to 3s for presented. And I still shoot terribly. But it is 5 hits. So you're in the open. Put the extra one on Bertrand's group. So group number 3.
First group.
First group's point of shock.
Second group.
Kill. Nothing on Bertrand.
Shock on
And
Bertrand. So you have 2 on him.
shock.
Nope, that's Bertrand.
Oh, Bertram's group 3.
Ah,
You have 2 shots on
2 shots, right. And then last group is nothing. Okay, so we'll mark that up, keep moving along. So with the casualties and the shock all marked up, next card is Captain Steinberg and the Grenadiers. So coming under cannon fire, he's realizing, hey, it's a bad idea being in column. So I'm going to use his first command initiative to snap them into line. And then use the second one to just pull a point of shock on the first group. So we'll just snap them out. And reduce the shock. So, next card. Leader 8, that is Jacques. And the Lancers. So Jacques is just trotting along with an 8-inch move, still staying at the walk. Okay, 7, that is Lederman and the Light Dragoons. Lederman just stays in reserve. And we got a red flag. And a blue flag.
Ooh.
And a blue flag. So the last thing that happened was Jacques casually just walking along the battlefield. So roll 2d6, and we'll see what that random thing is. Roll it in the box. So that is an 11.
Kind of high.
And-
Probably not good.
And high is normally pretty good.
All right, 11. Commissariat. quartermaster arrives with supplies of powder or water, depending on the player's choice. One group or formation may be resupplied immediately.
So, Jacques just walks forward and just gets a nice drink.
Shopping that space.
It's a lovely day to be on the battlefield for Jacques.
I mean, for cavalry, yeah, they were treated a lot better than everybody else.
Okay.
Blue big man.
Oh, the blue big man. All right, Bertrand. So he pulled 2 points of shock and got a pretty quick 10-inch move, and is now out of the rain or out of the firing arc of the front British cannon. Okay, that's
No, it's not.
no, it's not.
That's one.
That's one red flag.
Okay, well, not here. I have another one.
Okay, that's 2 red flags. So that's 3 flags in a row. So another random movement.
4.
4. That's not good.
4. Make way. You're knocked down.
Bertram has been knocked off of his horse and must spend his next activation getting back on it.
He wanted to get out of the way of the cannon.
Oh, he got out of the way of the cannon. All right. So we are now at 3 flags each.
You say that, but actually, Ted's got 4.
Oh. Well, you have 4 flags. You could activate Bertrand again and get him right back on his horse, or you can activate anything else.
So that would give him number that squad. He'd get all 3 of his activations.
No, that would be his
he'd
whole turn
stand
is
up.
getting back on his horse.
Oh,
So you can do that, or you can really activate anything on the table.
Cannon with the cavalry.
Yep, you have options, and we'll let you think about them. Bertrand just got right back on his horse. It's not the most efficient use of 4 cards, but got to keep that, well, in the game. So,
Sorry, Ted can have another flag.
oh,
So I believe it's
So
still 2
that's-
in a row.
yes, that is now 2 in a row.
Feeling lucky?
In this game, never.
Well, you get a sergeant.
Woohoo! He does nothing.
Ted gets a sergeant.
Okay, he can do something with his one command initiative.
Executive decision for Ted. He's taking a shock off.
yes, thank you.
All right.
Yay! Okay, so my line has now activated for the 2nd time in this game. I believe that's a record. So we'll see what the Colonel does. So they got a 5-inch move and have started moving forward. With no other use of command initiatives. Tiffin. So once again, we got to roll off. See who goes first at the end of the turn. Roll a 4. Okay, the British will go first.
Schultz.
Yep. Schultz, I believe we figured out is the only thing that has not done anything.
Yeah, it's literally just.
Okay. So, I think he's just going to move forward and probably start blasting. So, they had to use both 2 actions to get up to the wall, but then they're going to fire. So it's their first fire. They are light infantry. So it's 6s down to 5s. First fire down to 4s. And they got 1 shot. Come on, Schultze. Nothing, because they are in light cover. All right, and
Ted has either 3 or 4.
okay. So either Bougie or Remy.
Bougie.
Or Remy.
Oh, Remy. Okay.
The captains. Well, they're men acting on their own initiative. Who shall it be?
For the skirmish line.
I think we're gonna move the Grenadiers.
Okay. They're just gonna march forward in line.
Yeah, because they can't.
Yeah, they can't do much else.
They can
Wow,
march.
that's 11 inches. We'll show you where they wind up. So Remy and the Grenadiers just moved up to the edge of the field. Cards are getting shuffled up. I believe it is my turn to break. So let's see if...
That's good, because I did a shitty job last time.
First
Well,
up
as always,
is
Ryan favors
the
blue team.
legend, Bougie. So Bougie has moved up to the side of the field and is within range of the column, firing on 4s.
Come on, really?
Okay, that could have been a lot worse. So we're looking at what?
6.
6?
You get to choose them. 2 on each later.
Huh?
Oh, you have 2 extra, so you put them on the leaders.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 on the first group, which is the Colonel. Nothing. Second group, we have a point of shock. And third group, we have nothing. And the last group with Sergeant, a point of shock. All right, we
Skated.
we skated on that. Whew. That could have been bad. All right. What do we got for the next card? The Tiffin. Okay.
Good job breaking, Ryan.
Every time. At least I'm consistently bad with luck. So we'll shuffle them and we'll get back. Here we go. Ted split the deck. So first up we have Sergeant Becker and the cannon. Yeah, he reloads.
Blue 7.
Blue 7 is DuPont and the cannon.
I'm assuming he's shooting the Grenadiers.
Shooting the Grenadier.
Gonna shoot the Grenadiers. Okay, so that's 13 dice.
Gotta check range on them.
Yes, we do. So we'll check the range and we'll... Oh,
I'm inside 60.
okay.
5s, 5s down to 4s.
And 13 dice, you said?
13 dice, hitting on 4s. And the cannon will be double unloaded.
I can reroll ones, right?
No. Alright, what do we got here? So 3, 6, 8. So that'll be 4 and 4. Okay, so I'm knocking trees off the table. So the group with the captain, that is 2 shock. 2 more dice, please. And the group without the captain is 3 shock. So bringing them up to 4 shock with 8 men.
No, they lost one. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. The group that just rolled is
I got you. Oh, that's
4 shock with 8 men.
all right.
So, next card. That is Sergeant Toussaint over there in the field. I'm gonna stay there and hop the wall. I'll let you think about it. So Toussaint's men just jumped the wall, moved up to the next wall. And we have
Bougie.
Bougie.
Again. You have a chance to redeem yourself. Be the less sharp we all know you are.
So there's no point in moving up.
No, you can just shoot him.
Not unless you want to get within short range.
You'd have to go really far though. Through
Yeah.
round. And
So reload and fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
14.
Count them up. All right, 14 shots on 4s again. So what do we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another 8.
2 on everybody.
Yep.
2 Can you roll like some sixes this time, Ryan?
I will try not to. All right, so the first group with the Colonel. Oh, there's 2 points of shock. Second group, 1 point of shock. Third group, 1 point of shock. And fourth group with the Sergeant, nothing. I'm continuing to escape LeSharp's deadly accuracy. But I'm still getting tons of shock, so. Let's see what else we got next. All right, blue flag. It's not what I want to see, but keep going.
There you go.
Ah, that's Aachen, the skirmishers. In the house. They're in a difficult position. Let's see what I can do with them. So Aachen and his men moved out of the house. I had to use 2d6 because they were coming out of that obstacle, and they are firing straight ahead. So it is within 12 inches, so that is 4s down to 3s for being light infantry, down to 2s for first fire, with 7 shots. And of course, I roll 3 1s. So that is 4 hits on them in hard cover. If you can roll exceptionally well, Ted, I would greatly appreciate it. Just like that. So that is a kill, but is it your leader? Because it's skirmisher fire. It is not. So there's a casualty. And they're not light infantry, so they don't ignore that first casualty for the hard cover. So, next card, please. The red flag. Then we have a blue flag. All right, that's 2 flags in a row. And leader 3 is Captain Steinberg and the Grenadiers. Okay, so Steinberg just removed 2 points of shock. He's evidently a cannon sponge today. Leader 7, that is Liedemann and the Light Dragoons. And they do nothing. Because they are quite stuck.
Oh, here, do something else.
Okay, leader 4, that
This
is...
down. I guess I'm not playing this right.
That's Schultz. So Schultz will reload. And fire.
Put it back.
So, as they reload, fire. And 5, that's going to be 6 shots. At long range, but light infantry. So, needing 5s. There's 1 hit.
You get light cover, you mean
Yep.
skirmishers.
In the box. Okay, well, that's a point of shock. So, got 1 shock on them to 1 kill over here. It's not great yet. Okay. 2, okay. I'm going to pull a shock. We'll pull it off this one. No, down. I don't want to add a shock. Okay.
Ted, you get to do the same thing.
That's Sergeant Lavoie.
Except the
There's
other
no
hand,
shock to
there's no
pull.
shock to pull.
Well, you had the option.
They're doing all right for getting shot twice by a cannon.
Yeah. Ryan.
Oh, finally.
Get into line.
Yeah, I got some work to do. So, burning a card, he was able to not only snap into line, but got his men moving forward and down off the hill. So he's in a much, much better position now. And the next card
Horses.
is Limard and the Lancers. So Jacques just went up to the canter and is shooting through the gap towards the Grenadiers. Next card. We have a red flag. And then we have the Tiffin. So, once again, since there's been no change in force morale, we need to roll off. Oh. Okay. 1 to 3. The French will get to go first. And we just gotta see what's even available. So these voltigeurs, under the command of Bovine, moved up to the edge of the field and going to be firing forward at the skirmishers under Schultz. Needing 5s.
1.
That one. Okay. Hard cover for Schultz. They don't care. Okay. So really the only thing I can do is either the grenadiers or the cavalry over there. So I will pick one. So Liedemann came back up to the walk and he stopped just shy of the cannon. And Bertrand got the main column moving up 7 inches. So the battle is starting to get closer. Oh, it's my turn to break the deck. Which means, okay, good start.
You chose yourself.
Yes, okay, that's Schultz. So he's going to reload and fire at them.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is, I don't think a musketry battle that's really going to go anywhere too fast. But that could be a problem. It's Jacques, so it probably won't be, but it could be. So I'll grab my dice and we'll see what they do to Jacques. So here we go, 6 shots, needing, what did I say, 3s?
4s down to 3s, yeah.
Yep, 4s down to 3s, and this is an enflating shot, but they are getting the benefit of light cover. Well, 50%. So, 3 shots into the side. Poor old Jacques. And that is 2 points of shock. That light cover from the wheat fields did help. So, 2 points and next card. Okay, got a blue flag. And blue 4 is Remy and the Grenadiers. So Remy and the Grenadiers just presented, since the British Grenadiers are kind of danger close at the moment. And we measured they're like 1 inch outside of musketry range. Okay, 6 is Bovine. And the skirmishers here on this flank. So Bovine, seeing that he's not under fire, is going to take a page out of the Brits book and fire up at the Grenadiers.
I can remove 1 shock too, right?
Not unless you spin that flag.
Yeah, not unless you spin the flag.
All right, never mind.
Okay, because the one's not affecting you. So 5s. So far, that's pretty good. Okay, so 3. I take it you want to put one of the leaders group?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You need 2 on that.
Yeah, the extra one on the leaders group. Okay, so the 2 on the captain's group. That is 2 points of shock.
Up to 5.
And the 1 on the non-captain's group is a point of shock. They are definitely becoming holy man worthy.
You got 5 on the leader, 3 on the other.
Okay.
Sergeant.
Who has nothing to do.
Red big man.
Okay.
That's bad.
It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. All right, let's see what he's going to do. So the first thing he's doing is he brought up the Holy Man. He's going to attempt to remove some shock on the Grenadiers. Remove 5 shock.
You got 5 and 3.
Let's do 3 and 2.
Okay.
And then for his first command initiative, he's going to have the cannon fire into Bougie. So it is effective range presented. So it is 5s down to force with 10 shots. And that is only 4 hits.
2 and 2.
So, yep. 2 on each group. And they don't get any cover.
Right side,
Nothing.
left side.
Dead and shock. Okay.
When you said left side.
That side.
Like who's left? Who's right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so dead and the shock there. And I haven't thought this far yet. So I'm definitely going to activate this line. We'll just see exactly what they do.
Shoot right
So
through
the
dice
line
tray.
presents and fires straight through the dice tray at Les Sharp. So how many did you say this was?
35, I believe.
35 hitting on 4s. We'll total this up. So it turned out to be 9 on each. So that is 2 dead and 3 shock on Sharp's group. Is it Sharp? It is not Sharp.
2 dead?
I already took care of that.
Okay.
That was that group?
That was this group, yeah.
And then on the other group,
What was that?
that group fared better. 1 dead and 3 shock. So we'll get that all marked up. We'll get that all cleaned up. And
You haven't retreated yet.
we'll get the next card out. All right, so when the smoke cleared, there were 4 dead French. And the next card is leader 3. It's Bougie. So Bougie is a level 2, and he's got a whole lot of shock. So let Ted figure out what he's going to do with them. So Bougie just had his men jump that wall, and he pulled a point of shock. So next card is a blue flag. And a red flag. I am going to use 2 of those flags to sharp practice my line.
Alright. Well, you get another flag and then you roll random firing.
Right?
Oh, then
No, random movement on
random movement.
Yeah, random movement.
My bad.
I probably should have let you roll the fire.
Yeah, that's an 11. They get a refreshing
powder
drink
or
of
water?
water.
Yep.
Or powder. They fired a lot. Well, they could be thirsty too. But they are
Oh, they got
refreshed.
fresh powder, that means they're loaded, right?
No, not quite. Next card. Oh, hey. Keep going.
2-5.
Okay, 5 is Sergeant Toussaint's behind the wall on the farm flank. Let's see what he does. All right,
Yeah,
so
if
they
I don't
use-
like the roll, it wasn't on camera. I gotta go roll on camera.
So he does a 2-inch move to try to get out of the way of Bougie's men, turns back towards the enemy, and is now firing on them. Needing, what is it?
4s, yeah.
Oh, well, 2 hits. 2 hits, they're in light cover. Oh, well, there's a dead. It is not the leader, so, yep, just a dead. Next card. I don't know why you gave this to me, but
Because he wanted it.
well, we'll see what happens. So Bertrand just formed up his line. And we have 3 blue flags.
So 3.
3 can activate a leader.
That hasn't gone yet.
Yes, that has not gone yet.
You get to 4, you can activate a leader that has gone.
Yeah, so Ted's decided not to do anything with those flags.
Red 3.
Red 3 is Steinberg and the Grenadiers. So he's going to use one of his flags not one of his flags, one of his command initiatives to pull a point of shock. And he's going to see if he can position himself slightly better. So Steinberg and the Grenadiers, he just pulled a point of shock and wheeled backwards slightly, just in case cavalry.
Cavalry.
Good choice. So that is Jacques at the canter. Okay, so all Jacques did was pull a point of shock. Okay, 3 flags. And I used 2 flags. Okay. Now I will start doing things. So, I'll use 2 of those. I will sharp practice the cannon.
Sounds good. Ted gets bonus activation.
Okay, so that's 2 flags in a row.
Yep.
So I guess we're gonna activate
Your big man.
my big man.
Okay.
He's got his 3 activation.
And we'll figure out what you do with those command initiatives. So Remy moved up into the field and presented. The line cut a blistering 11-inch move. The Holy Man was called in, taking 4 points of shock off of Bougie's men, and the cannon reloaded. So the French are making some moves. And it is Lieutenant Becker and the light cannon.
Can't do anything.
He's going to present.
Can't.
Right.
Activated him with the.
So Becker does nothing.
Well, that can.
DuPont to the medium cannon. Are we presenting and firing on the Grenadiers? So I do believe they are, yeah. Well, maybe.
Is it them
We'll
or is
have
it
to
the
take,
end of your line?
we'll have to take, check out the line of sight. So presented firing into the 2 end groups of the main line. 5 hits. None of them have leaders. It doesn't really matter which. To me,
Ted, do you want 3 on the end or 3 on the second to last?
Put 3 on the end.
3 on the ends? Okay. 3 on the ends. So dead and a shock.
Okay.
And the next one in. Point of shock. All right. They marked. Okay. And next card
Cav.
is the Cav. All right. So the cavalry has come out of reserve and up to the canter. Leader 5. That is Aachen. So Aachen, seeing the massive amounts of voltigeurs coming up on him, is just going to pull back into the house. So I'm gonna 2d6 back
Didn't
into
you
the house.
program be the big man earlier?
No, I did not.
Okay.
So yeah, dropping the highest. Yeah, it was 3 inches out, and it's 3 inches back in, and
That'll do it.
yeah, well, they'll reload. So they'll get back in. We'll get this card out of the way as I take out my cannon crew with it. And Sergeant Idler is going to pull a point of shock. So that'll go down to 1 on the end group there. Blue flag. Tiffin, we went through the entire deck on this turn, and it certainly looks like it.
Cavalry never went.
Yep, technically the cavalry never went.
You want to do anything with the Cav, Ted?
Jacques is going for it. Are you trying to run the gap, or are you going to charge?
I'm gonna wait to see what the dice roll tells me.
But you gotta say first.
Yep. Are you charging, or are you gonna try to make the gap?
If you charge, you're gonna fuck up your grenadiers. They're not gonna get to shoot.
Let's shoot for the gap.
Okay, he's going for the gap. All right, so he's got 1 point of shock. So it's 10 inches.
Better than we thought
Could
it
be
would
sketchy. Yeah, it's better than what we thought Jacques would do. So. Ooh. That is a sketchy position you're getting into. You better hope he comes out early. So Jacques just
I would
canters
recommend keeping him to the side
up
a little
to
more
there.
so he's not in the arc of this.
And we'll shuffle everything up.
Not with
So
the first card.
the first card is a red flag. Okay. A blue flag.
You have chosen life.
Oh, it's Jacques!
So I can remove.
Well, he's a level 1.
So,
If I use the flag, I can remove the point of shock.
yes. You stand at the cannon?
Yes.
So, with
9
no shock,
inches. Oh, 10 inches. Full 10 inches. All right, we'll show you. Oh, you going straight for it? Okay. So he ends up over here, up the hill, and near a deployment point. All right, so there's Jacques about to maraud through the back lines. And this is Lieutenant Becker. So the cannon crew was like, oh no, Lancers, and manhandled the cannon around to get a shot. Next card. Lederman. Well, Lederman has got to move somewhere, so he will. So Lederman, staying at the canter, goes for the gap as well. Oh, yes. The red one. I was hoping for another flag, but I will make do. So Colonel Wexler pulled 2 points of shock and is going to be firing straight ahead. So it's presented long range, looking for 5s. And we'll count them up. All right, so we had 7 hits, 2 on this one, so that is a dead and a shock on the end. On the sergeant's group, 2. It's a point of shock. On the big man, it's a point of shock. And single shot on the end, nothing. Okay, so point of shock, and a casualty over here. Shock counter for the middle, this group here. And a casualty on the end. So they have presented and fired. They are unloaded.
Got my dice? I don't know why you grabbed my dice.
I don't know.
And
I think I know what I'm doing.
next card. Unfortunate. Okay, well, I'm the only one with the card, so I'll figure out what I'm going to do. So they just turned around, and firing into the back of the Lancers. Needing 3s? Is that 3s? 5 shots for 3s. And that is 3 hits. No cover, doubling shock. No, that's a dead, and 2 shock. Is it shock? Please be shock. It's not shock. So, dead, and 2. And that's the end of the turn. So, we'll mark that up and get ready for the next turn. So we're all shuffled up. I broke. Oh.
It's a red card. It's not promising.
All right, well, I pull a shock.
It's not promising.
Steinberg of the Grenadiers. All right, let's see what we can do with that. Steinberg, under threat of cavalry, forms square and fires. Now, this group, it's only half this group that's firing into them. They're firing uncontrolled, but under Steinberg's direction, so it is 6 shots needing 4s. And that is 3 shots, or 3 hits rather, so average, and in the open. And that is 6 points of shock.
Ow.
So they are now, no, oh
How did-
no, they took 1,
How did you get to shoot 6 though? I thought you could only shoot 4.
4, but a level 2 leader. Firing under his initiative.
Yeah, but I thought leaders.
Add a point of, add a firing dice for each initiative.
Can you fire only half of a formation?
Yes,
Does the entire formation have fire?
you can fire half.
Okay.
Okay, so we get a blue flag.
Blue flag.
Blue flag. All right, that's 2 in a row.
Do anything with that, Ted?
No.
Red flag. All right, so that is 2d6 for firing action. Random events. And 7. Seven firing action.
Smoke.
A pall of smoke.
The cavalry are now covered in smoke.
So a pall of smoke sends across the battlefield, which can actually help them. They're being masked. Okay, you have 3 flags.
Do anything?
You can activate a leader that has not gone, which is none of them.
Or you can wait on that 4th and get the bonus. Which, considering your line is set up, could be very powerful.
That could be very powerful.
I might as well wait.
Okay.
Alright. Ready?
Yeah, definitely.
Nope.
Oh,
Oh, well, there's the 4th flag.
wow.
Would you like to shoot many things?
I would, yeah.
Okay, it's bonus action time. Let's figure out what it entails. So the Grenadiers are firing presented onto the square, needing 4s. Fire! 3?
3.
Oh, okay. Take it 2 on Steinberg's group and 1 on not Steinberg's group.
Yeah.
Okay, Steinberg's group. It's a point of shock, and non-Steinberg's group is nothing.
Wow. Wow. That was a blast.
Yep. So the main line is firing ahead, needing 6s. Fire!
1, 2.
3.
Oh, 3.
Damn.
So I take it
Both leaders.
big man's group, the sergeant's group, and then pick a group, any group.
Yeah.
Okay, big man's group. It's a point of shock. Sergeant's group. It's a point of shock. And do you want the one that already has a kill on it?
Sure.
Okay. Has a point of shock. And then you have 1 more command initiative.
And activate these guys.
You can, with your free d6, you can kind of consolidate them if you want.
Yeah, we'll see where they go. Alright, so Bougie and the Voltageers are firing, needing 5s.
1,
better.
2, 3, 4.
Okay, so we'll do 1 on each. Tap some dice again. Knock over some trees again. So we'll start from that flank over. Nothing. Point of shock. Big man's group.
Nothing.
Nothing. And the sergeant's group. Point of shock. So 2 points of shock along the line as they take some skirmish fire. And
Alright.
next card. Okay. Shot practice. Kaboom. I have changed my mind. They would be canistering the square. So we're going to keep going instead.
Reasonable.
4 is Sergeant Schultz. Reload. Fire. And then we'll turn back around. So 6 shots into the back of the Lancers, meaning 3s. Okay, that is 5 hits. Yep.
Any shock will put Jock over the limit.
Yes, but how about 2 dead and 2 shock?
Well, that might just kill Jock.
Yeah, that. Oh yeah, does it hit shock?
Yes.
Jacques is hit. What happens to Jacques? Jacques is wounded? Yeah, Jacques is wounded.
It's a level 0.
So he's a level 0 leader with...
He takes 2 shock and a dead, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 shock and a dead. So they're down to 6 men.
With
10 shock?
10 shock.
Okay, so they are going to be going somewhere they involuntarily. So we had some bad things happen. This is where Jacques ended up. So he rolled a 5 for obliged to withdraw, and then a 1, and no one cares about Jacques getting hit. So that drops the French down to a force morale of 8.
But since I did hit your thing, you should have to roll.
That's not until the end of the turn.
Oh, is it the end of the turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do
Plus
the whole thing
1.
again if you want.
And we have...
Yes, we might as well.
Okay, lots of blasting. So rinse and repeat. This line's firing, needing 6s. Fire! Oh, wow, that's a lot of 6s.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Wow.
11. It's a lot better than last time.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll allocate that. Okay, starting from the camera left to right, first group that has a casualty already now takes 2 points of shock. The other group next to it is a dead and a shock. The colonel's group, a dead and 2 shock. And the sergeant's group takes 3 shock. Wow, that was some phenomenal shooting from a bunch of French conscripts.
3 shock, you said?
3 shock on the end group. Okay,
That's your grenadier file.
and now the grenadiers are going to be firing. Also needing 6s. Firing on. That is
2.
2. Okay.
1 on each.
1 on each. So on Schulman's group, we have nothing. On the other one is a point of shock. And now there are 10 shots coming from Bougie's group into the British line.
8 shots.
Right,
Bougie's
8
not
shots.
tracking. 5.
2.
2.
So I take it on the leaders.
Yeah.
Big man's group. Oh, is a kill. It is not the colonel, and the sergeant's group is a point of shock.
When
So we'll get that all cleaned up. So the British line is really starting to take a hammering, and the next card
Is the British line?
is the British line. Okay. So he pulled 2 shock, had them reload and present, and then I'm using my 2 flags to sharp practice. So firing straight ahead, needing 5s. And we'll count them up. All right, 5 shots. We have a point of shock, point of shock,
the big man's group,
point of shock, and in the end, nothing. So, nope, that's 10 shock. Going the wrong way.
Should be a 2.
Okay, so we got all that shock down there, and 4 is Capitan Remy and his uncontrolled grenadiers. Well, grenadiers had already fired, and Remy has no shock to pull. So leader 6 is Bovin, and these skirmishers down here. And yes, they can do something. They go 1 shock. Okay, so they moved up into the wheat field, and they were firing 7 shots to the flank of the cavalry, hitting 4s.
3.
Okay, so 3 into them. Light cover, no cover? What was the decision on that?
It was light cover last time.
We'll
Okay.
cover last time.
So, light cover. That is 4 shock.
Valid.
Okay. And over there, 4 shocks. Yeah, that was not bad. Next flag is Sergeant can pull a shock. Okay, and 6 is the light cannon. So the cannon is firing canister. Unfortunately uncontrolled, so needing 5s. That is 4, 5 out of 12.
Fine.
In the open.
Yeah.
That's 2 dead and 4 shock. So I'm pretty sure they are breaking.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see where they go. So Jacques was killed for a reduction in force morale of 2, and the group was just blown right off the table, routed for another drop in 2. So the French have lost a card as they are down to 4 force morale. So well done, cannon. Next card.
Cannons.
It is Sergeant DuPont in the medium cannon.
Reloads.
Reloads.
They're gone.
8. Yep. Jacques is dead, and the Lancers are no more. 5 is Sergeant Aachen and the Skirmishers. They're going to fire 2 out of that window at the line. So, and then reload. So 2 shots. They're outside of 12.
Might as well check.
Yeah, they're outside of 12. So 5s. Nothing. Red flag. Red flag. I am going to...
Reload something.
Yeah, something's got to reload. We will reload. No, keep going. Damn. Actually, no. No, I'm happy I didn't do that. Because I'm going to activate them. Okay, so first card is Liedemann and the Light Dragoons. They go to the gallop.
3d6.
Hand me another dice, please.
+9. Minus.
Yeah, so that's...
-7. Off of that. 3 for.
Well, -4. Yeah, so 3 off of that, we'll figure it out. So they came crashing in, and Liedemann has 7 dice. The Voltigeurs, Bovine has 5. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here. So that is 3 killed with 1 shock. And that is 2 killed with no shock. So the cavalry win by 1.
Don't take them off yet.
Oh, yep, let's see. Does Liedemann get hit? It is not Liedemann. Is it Bovine? It is not. Okay. So we'll pull 3. And the cavalry, well, we'll see what happens. So Bovine and his men were forced to withdraw 6 inches facing the enemy, and he lost a force morale for being obliged to withdraw. Okay, Sergeant can pull a point of shock. And 5 is Sergeant Aachen. So he's just going to fire and reload.
It's 2 men.
Yep, 2 shots out the window into this line somewhere. Nothing. Just once.
Red flag.
Okay, red flag,
Blue flag.
blue flag, 2 flags.
Red 4.
Red 4 is Sergeant Schultz and the Skirmishers. Well, they can fire on them. So I think I'll move a little bit and then fire. So we'll get back with that. So After checking the angle, they can all draw a bead. So 6 shots, needing 5s. That is 2 hits onto those voltigeurs. They just have light cover. That's 2 shots. That brings them up to 5. They are going to withdraw again, and we will find out where they go. So they had to withdraw, and that brought the French down to a force morale of 2, and the French have decided to withdraw from the field. Means that the British are victorious in the Battle of the Pyrenees. So thank you everyone for watching. We're Little Roadie Wargaming. It's been kind of a fun impromptu campaign here, and this battle definitely, like most Sharp Practice battle reports do, lots of posturing, comes down to some very big gambles and some decisive shots. So once again, thanks everyone for watching. Help out the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave us a comment. We love reading them. And if you are already subscribed, hit that bell notification so you know every time we post a new battle report.